All right, we are backstage at 99.7's Poptopia, and I'm so thrilled. I've wanted to do this for a long time because a huge electronic music fan.
Hell yeah.
And you're doing our show tonight, and I'm so stoked to say we have Lauv backstage. Welcome.
What up?
I should say welcome back to the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Since you were just here in September, but even more important than that, you actually were born in San Francisco.
Yeah. Which is so funny because I moved when I was 4, so I feel like a fake like.
Now,
you know what I mean?
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. If you didn't have music that we loved, I'd be like, yeah, he was born here. But because we love your music, Bay Area legend Lauv is in the building tonight. So let's talk music. Let's talk mental health. Let's talk tattoos, and we'll start with music. First of all, there's been a progression of what we've heard from you, and it's gotten more intimate and more personal.
Yeah.
So I guess I would have to start with when you're first, sitting down to write.
Right.
Where do you start? Do you start with the music, or do you start with the idea of what the song is going to be about?
I feel like usually I need the context. Like I need to have some type of musical bed going on. So like whether that's a track or like me sitting at the piano or playing guitar. And then I kind of let my mind just be free and then I kind of just discover whatever it is.
Do you write in a workstation, or do you just pick up a guitar and start playing, or do you record every idea that comes into your head?
I definitely, I record, like my laptop is filled with like so many really bad beats and like really bad song ideas. So I do a lot of that for sure.
Because not only am I like the afternoon guy here on 99.7, but I'm also a frustrated electronic music producer. So
okay, you know how it goes.
I just could never slag through the dip.
Right.
That's the hardest thing I think about being an artist is because I would assume, and I don't know if, you'll probably co-sign on this, when you first start, it's really hard to hear the stuff that's coming out of the speakers at you.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, even now, sometimes I'll be like so confident going to like the studio and be like, I'm so excited to work on something. And then I like pick a couple sounds and then I'm listening to it and I'm like, have I never made music before? Like I've been doing this for so long, but I don't know. It's crazy.
Being one, like I'm kind of OCD a little bit.
Right.
And I believe you are too a little bit.
Yeah.
I could obsess on the sound of a kick drum
for
like an hour and 45 minutes.
100%. Yep.
Or come up with like a little loop and you listen back to it and you're like, that's really awesome. And then you walk away and then come back half an hour later. What the hell was I thinking?
No, 100%. I mean, that happens to me. Or like sometimes I'll be really fixated on the idea of what I want to hear out of the speakers. But like really the best thing I found to do is just like have no plan whatsoever. Just start playing things and like loading up sounds really quickly and just recording and not thinking about it. That always works the best for me. Because if I think about it, it's just like I ruin it.
Is it sort of like an aha? Oh, that's it right there. I'm going to keep going with this.
Yeah. It's like throwing stuff at the wall until like there's like 2 or 3 sounds. I'm like, it's really special. And then from there, I kind of throw on some vocals and So
it starts with the sound.
A lot of the times, yeah.
And then you build out the full track and then write to that, or is it kind of an interactive process?
I mean, my favorite way to work is like when I'm doing it all at the same time. So I'm working on the track, I get like a vocal idea, record some of that, and then keep working on the track and then do more vocals. Like I kind of love when it's all like seamless that way.
Okay, so it just kind of writes itself a little bit?
On the best days.
Yeah.
And the worst days I make, nothing.
Let's not talk about the worst days.
I don't know why I'm talking trash on myself so much.
No, I'm not trying to get you. I'm just saying that, like, for you to have great music it's not like an accidental thing, and it's not. It's a very extraordinary thing to have, a beautiful piece of music, and then for that also to connect and be a hit record is like a 1 in a trillion chance.
No, 100%, yeah.
And you do it over and over and over again.
Oh, thank you.
So, what's the secret?
I don't know. I guess if there was a secret, then I would be doing it even bigger, more often, every day.
So obviously, like the first single that we were all introduced to at radio was "Like Me Better,"
right?
Which, by the way, might be the best compliment that you could ever give somebody in a relationship. I like me better when I'm with you.
Hell yeah!
And I like the first time I heard the song, I'm like, it made me. It really kind of pulled at my heart a little bit, because that is legitimately like the 2 songs, and take this as a compliment or just me riffing here, but like I like me better when I'm with you, and Daft Punk music sounds better with you, or
okay.
Stardust music sounds better with you.
Yeah.
Those are like the two biggest compliments you could ever give anybody.
I feel like music sounds better with you is so lit. That's amazing.
Okay, first record that you fell in love with, electronic music-wise.
Ooh, electronic. Honestly, one of the first people that I really, really fell in love with was Porter Robinson, actually.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Porter Robinson was huge for me, especially when I was in like high school. Yeah.
Like Porter Robinson, like language?
Yeah.
Like the break
So
on language.
sick.
Oh,
So sick.
It's hugely emotional. It's just like...
Or that song with
ethereal.
Matt Zoe, Easy. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Any chance of you and Porter Robinson?
I mean, that would be crazy. I haven't thought about that, but that would be super sick.
Porter Robinson is watching us right now.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, I think that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Do you like writing four on the floor stuff, or?
I feel like yes, and I mean, it kind of not like more than anything else in particular. It kind of just depends on the vibe, I guess. Yeah.
I read a thing that said that you saw an interview with, I think it was Paul Simon.
Oh yeah, I read.
And we're going to talk about songwriting a little bit here because the sort of takeaway for you was to pull deep in your emotions and write from there.
Yeah, it was basically like to not be going into the room being like, this is my plan for what I want to write a song about today. He was like, he said in the interview, it's not really, I mean, I'm going to butcher this totally, but what I got from it was like, it's not about what you think you want to talk about. It's about what ends up coming out naturally when you're least expecting it, sort of. And that's kind of what has always been my guiding light. All my best music comes that way. It's like, if I plan it, for the most part, it doesn't work.
You ever get to a point in a song where you're writing and you're surprising yourself with what's coming out?
Yeah, definitely.
I would think that process is sort of like therapeutic.
It's therapeutic. Sometimes it's weird. You're like, do I really feel that way? Like, that's interesting. But then I have to also remember it's just music. It's not like, if you get too literal with it, then you start to, you know what I mean? There's some amount of fantasy in there and magic and all that. So
absolutely. I know you're a big mental health advocate.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan of therapy?
Oh yeah. I mean, whether or not I'm a big fan of it all the time, like definitely something I need. Yeah, for sure.
High five on that. I'm right there with you. I'll never forget, like, my very first session, I literally sat. It was an hour session, and I literally, I obviously can talk. My first therapy session, I literally sat there for an hour and didn't say a thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
And it wasn't until much later that I was like, okay, this is.
I mean, it kind of makes sense if you're
thing.
Also getting comfortable with somebody too. It's like hard to open up so deeply. I feel like I have the opposite thing where I just open up so much to new people so quickly, which I've had to work on because I'm like, I don't need to be sharing everything with everyone all the time.
Feel the music industry has given me the wrap up. Okay, cool, but I want to just get this because you feel like the music industry adds extra pressures to you as an artist or us in media.
I mean, I think any industry is adding so much pressure, you know, depending on how you take pressure. Like for me, I definitely pile it onto myself too. Like if I perceive that there's pressure, so I have a career doing what I'm doing, I love doing it, but I also am always thinking about all the external things. So yeah, I mean, definitely. But
well, we'll shift
amazing.
from that to heading out on that Poptopia stage. It is. I can tell you, like my boyfriend is literally you're the one artist he is waiting for.
Oh, I'm so excited! That's amazing.
And I'm right there with him.
Let's go!
Otherwise, I kick his ass out of the house.
I'm so excited.
Just kidding. But it's awesome having you. Final two quick things.
Yeah.
MySpace tat.
Yes.
Twitter tat.
Oh, I have Twitter over here, which now I'm like.
I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, this is not the best time to be having a Twitter.
Are you
tattoo.
rethinking it a little bit?
I mean, yeah, it definitely doesn't feel great. Yeah, it doesn't feel great.
I think it looks great, and
I originally got it because I loved expressing myself on Twitter. You know, I love just like posting random things, and I, you know, obviously still post on Twitter. But yeah, I mean,
your Twitter is always fun to watch.
Thank you.
Really.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And I mean,
trying to keep, you know, hopefully also just in general keep it positive and, you know, fun.
Absolutely. But I had to ask you just because I was like, that's serious commitment to like getting.
I know.
So we'll see where Twitter goes, but I know where the show's going to go tonight, and you're going to absolutely kill it out there.
Let's go.
It's great having you in the building.
Yeah.
We've got Lauv backstage at 99.7's Poptopia. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great hanging out.
Yeah.
Right on.
Sweet.